Caleb Williams has spent the last 3 years at the forefront of the college football world, even winning a Heisman Trophy in 2022. And now he's about to be drafted number 1 overall by the Chicago Bears in this year's draft. This video is going to talk about everything that makes Caleb Williams so special. Hello everyone, I'm Randy White. This is Randy's film room, and these aren't even real glasses. Now that everyone knows I'm a complete fraud, let's get into everything that makes Caleb Williams an almost perfect prospect. And the best way I know to do that is to start the way everything starts, from the beginning. Caleb Williams made his first meaningful appearance in the college football world way back in 2021 when he replaced the benched Spencer Rattler and led Oklahoma to a 55-48 victory over Texas. Shout out Kennedy Brooks.
He breaks free. Kennedy Brooks says, forget the field goal. Win it with a touchdown.
Williams would go on to have a record of 5-2 on the season, throwing for 21 touchdowns, 4 picks, and over 1,900 passing yards.
Nice.
He would then have his first full season as a starter after following Lincoln Riley to USC, where he went 11-3, throwing for 4,500 yards, 42 touchdowns, and just 5 picks in his Heisman winning season. 2 of his losses, of course, falling short to big-time rival Utah. In his final season as a college athlete in 2023, his team struggled in the win-loss column. They went just 1-5 in his final 6 starts, and despite that, his draft stock has not taken much of a hit. Trust me, there's a good reason why, and now that I've set the stage pretty well, it's time to get into a full in-depth breakdown on everything that makes Caleb Williams who he is on the field. That's right, first thing we're talking about is throwing mechanics. Caleb Williams has some very solid throwing mechanics. It can get erratic at times when he's under pressure trying to create, but when he's in the pocket and he's comfortable, he has very solid mechanics. You'll see here in this pro day throw, he's just throwing a slant. He does a great job bringing his hip through first, leads the throw with the hip, and then follows with his arm, and he has a very solid arm path. He gets his elbow up and over his shoulder while also being underneath his nose line. That's the sweet spot for that elbow slot to get into. Flexes his wrist at the end of it, gets good flexion, creates a good spiral. You'll see here, steps a little wide and straightens out his leg on this throw and has to pull the rotation short because of it. And that's why this ball kind of hangs inside a little bit on that out route. So definitely some things to clean up. Not perfect mechanics, but he has a very solid foundation and he's got all of the tools to make it work at the next level with some good coaching. Now let's get to what I think is his most common on the field criticism, which is his apparent lack of an ability to function within a structured offense. That means take your 3-step drop, your 5-step drop, whatever it is, 1 hitch, 2 hitch, whatever it is, ball out on time, in rhythm, within the timing of the route concepts that have been put out on the field for you. A lot of his highlights are, of course, escaping the pocket, running around in circles, and making some insane throw down the field. Can he function within the confines of an actual structured play? If you think he can't, you are not watching the film. It's time for film. Here's an example of Caleb Williams running a play within the structure of the offense. We've got a quick game concept drawn up here. So we've got a simple little corner route, clear out from the tight end, and then this little slant sit right in here. Now, Utah runs a cover 2 invert. So we've got the linebacker spot dropping. He's going to play trail technique on this corner and get him underneath. He's got deep half. He's got deep half. This safety's going to roll into a flat. And again, linebackers in here. So Caleb Williams does a nice job here getting the ball nice and quick. You're going to see here ball gets snapped. 1, 2, 3. Bang, ball's out. Quick read within the structure. Does his job well here. Offensive line does a good job protection. Bang, ball's out. Here's another example of Caleb Williams playing within the structure of his offense to get the ball out quickly. To the 2-man side, you're going to have a hitch and a slot fade. And then to the 3-man side, you're going to have a post with the China and a clear out on the outside. Caleb Williams is thinking pressure pre-snap. They show 5-man rush. They end up dropping off into an drop 8 coverage, and they run cover 3 out of it. Williams is able to get this ball out, though, quickly enough because he recognizes it, and he gets the ball out to this hitch in time, and he is not affected by this change in coverage. Bang, ball's out quickly, just in time. This is a good example of Caleb Williams not only executing within the structure of a play, but also really persevering through poor play design on this one. You're gonna see Utah kind of drops back and do a little bit of a cover two invert, deep half. So you've got your flat, buzz, vertical hook, mid-read, vertical hook here. They mostly just play a hook, and you're going to get really not the best play design. Into the boundary, you're going to run a curl wheel flat concept. Motion in from the tight end, back out to the flat. But look at this spacing. He kind of just drifts into the middle, doesn't even have to cover anyone. He passes off the curl and then runs with this wheel route and is able to just drive him to the sideline and take him completely out of the play. And then over here, you're going to get a double in like this. This singular defender is able to drift on top of this route inside of this while also positioning himself to break back on the second in route. So Caleb can't throw either, effectively covering both routes by himself. It's just a whole disaster, and Caleb finds a way to complete the ball. You're going to see exactly what I mean here. Caleb's eyes go left first. This defender is leveraging himself on top of this in breaker. If Caleb wants to throw in front here, this defender can just break on it. So he's effectively defending both in breakers right now. Not a good start to this play. So now he progresses to the front side. He's already made his decision. And you're going to see his decision is really just because this defender is so busy staring at him, who's looking left for the most of the play. He just kind of sits in this spot, and this receiver is able to work his way back to the sideline for a very small window completion. Bang, they're able to move the chains. Wouldn't have been so much easier if this receiver at the bottom had ran the curl, wheel, this tight end over here, flat. Look how much more space there is to this side of the field. I mean, he has to drop back here, he has to drop back here, and then you got this guy in the vertical hook. You've still got 3-on-3, but he's covering vertical, so you're gonna need really 3-on-2 in this area. He gets the stretch, dictates him. He probably runs with this wheel route. And again, you're going to get this guy defending this curl and this flat, which based on the way Utah played it up top, likely play it somewhere down here. And you're either going to be able to hit your tight end in space for a lot of yards, or he plays more outside and this receiver actually has the opportunity to break in and work into a massive open pocket in the middle of the field where he can potentially turn, catch this ball, and turn upfield and run for maybe even a massive gain. Utah once again playing cover two. This corner going to get the flat, deep half, trail, vertical hook, mid-read, vertical hook. USC is going to do what they love to do, clear out from the middle, quick hitch, and then either a fade or a curl out here. Idea, isolate these two defenders. As long as he bails, which he does, this linebacker has to haul it to get out here. Caleb Williams knows he isn't going to, so he just rips it into the hole. Bang, ball's out quick. Open space, receiver make a play in the open field. Last example of throwing in structure I'll give. They're going to get some pressure here. A stunt from the D-line, working right at the middle. Caleb Williams going to have to get his drop back on time, drift away, and then throw this outbreaker on time. This is a big boy throw. Full field out route throw. This is not an easy pass to make. He does it effortlessly and on time with the pressure coming. Hey guys, don't you love when your offense blocks 7 people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Defense rushes 5. He drops out. Bang, 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 bang. All the way around, and you get a man completely free. Don't you love when that happens? Don't you love it? Watch him. Slant down, free man. Love to see it. Now, I know we all already know how good Caleb Williams is off schedule and throwing deep, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time breaking down that film. I am going to show you a couple plays before we get into his attitude problems that he supposedly has. All right, first example of Caleb Williams playing well out of structure. USC going to dial up a shot play here out of empty set. They're going to block their tight end to help. So they're going to have 6 guys blocking. They're going to get an out and up on the boundary. Just a seam release down the middle of the field. And then just a flat and a curl. Now you're going to see the pass rush kind of gets home. Caleb Williams going to have to move around in the pocket by time. Scramble drill happens, and this flat route turns into a wheel downfield. And he gets open, and Caleb Williams does a great job finding him downfield in the scramble drill. Excellent throw, getting away from the pressure. By the way, not a defensive breakdown, but shout out Leatu Latu, man. This guy right here, number 15, gonna come in, swim over this right tackle, then work through here, get around the right guard. Unfortunately for him, Caleb Williams is a great athlete, makes him miss and buys the time necessary, but this guy is special athletically. Not sure if it'll translate to the league because of his lack of power, but he is one heck of an athlete. You're gonna see. Watch him here. He's going to swim move right over, then split, and Caleb just makes him miss, makes a great play, gets out of the pocket, buys time, and delivers a dime downfield to his running back. By the way, before I continue, huge shout out to the YouTube channel College Football Cutups. Every All-22 clip you are seeing in this video is from their YouTube channel. So go over there, leave a like on some of their videos, and go subscribe if you want to be able to check out their awesome All-22 footage. Big thank you to College Football Cutups. This play right here is another great example of Caleb Williams' improvisation. You're going to get just a fade, just a go ball on the outside, a 5-yard out, a clear out in the middle, hitch, and then the dig behind it to try and pull this defender down onto the hitch and create a window for the hitch. Utah rotates. They're going to run cover 6. All right, over here to the cover 2 side, you're going to get deep half from this defender right here. You're going to kind of trailing technique here. He's going to play the flat. He's going to get this vertical hook. He's got deep middle, so he's going to carry middle. Any clear outs, he's got the vertical hook here, so he's going to match on any outbreakers because this corner right here is man-on-man to the cover 4 side. He's going to get this deep quarter. He's going to be man-on-man on this quarter on this receiver if he goes past 5 yards. That's what he does, so he runs with him. You're going to see first thing right here, not open, match, match, match. Now looking for the window here. He drives down on this window over here. Nothing's there. Now Caleb has to buy time, move around in the pocket, find a crease, and then throw a phenomenal pass to the sideline under pressure. This left tackle gets driven way inside. He's able to play with him a little bit, create his own space, and then get this dig working back downhill and hit it for a big gain. Big time play. This play's crazy and it's an incredible throw by Caleb, so I'm going to talk about it. But I think it would absolutely be fair to say that Caleb Williams makes the wrong decision at least twice on this play before throwing a 75-yard touchdown. So up here at the top, he's going to get a release, just a straight fade release. This is the full play. So that's what you're getting here. You're in just a straight fade release up top. You're getting kind of like a nod into a cross here. Block and release into the flat. Curl over here, so a little bit of a curl flat show here. Right here, pre-snap, but trying to show Caleb a too high look. He's going to roll back, but then he immediately comes back downhill because he's actually manned up on the running back. And UCLA is actually playing man coverage here. So man, deep safety, man, and then someone's manned up on the tight end. I'm assuming it is him.
You're wrong.
Now, what they do really nicely here is you're going to see when this crossing route gets ran, they actually trade off. So this DB is going to then take deep safety, and this safety is going to roll down and take man-on-man on the crossing route for better leverage. So nice trade-off here, and Caleb Williams really should be either hitting the running back in the flat, the tight end in the hook after he releases, or just sprinting. You're going to see a lane that he gets 30 yards guaranteed on this carry. Gets pressure up the gut, steps up, right? I mean, sooner if you wanted to get it out here because he's lined up man on man and he has to get all the way down there. I'm not the end of the world that you don't recognize that, but even still, he's all the way out here. He's all the way out here. Look at the freaking Red Sea that is just absolutely parted for Caleb Williams to go get a lot of yards. Maybe he's able to squeeze down and make a play, but it's still a big run. Missed opportunity by Caleb Williams to run it, but it doesn't matter because he hucks up probably his best throw of the season. This is just absolutely insane throw. Obviously the DB falls down. Receiver makes a great play, just outplaying the DB for the ball. But even still, it was dropped in the breadbasket perfectly in stride. I'm not sure the DB makes a play on this ball even if he keeps his feet. I mean, that is just absolutely money. It would have taken a great play by the DB to break that up. Now it's time for the final part of this video, Caleb Williams' attitude. Before I get into it, I'm going to ask you guys to go hit that subscribe button if you've enjoyed this video so far, and go ahead and comment down below who your favorite NFL team is. Now for the final part of the video. Caleb Williams has been called things like a diva, a locker room cancer, and he's even been compared to Johnny Manziel. I don't see that at all. I think he's a passionate player. When he gets mocked for crying in his mom's arms after losing a football game, yeah, I don't know that it looks the best, but I don't think that is a measuring point that says, oh, not going to be a good NFL quarterback. It tells me he's passionate and cares deeply about the game. I don't know that that's necessarily the way I would have gone about handling the situation, but I'm also not playing Division I college football. I'm sitting in my basement making a YouTube video about football. So I'm not going to sit here and throw stones from my glass house about how to deal with things you care deeply about. I know that for people that pour their heart and soul, their life into the things they care about, it hurts deeply when it doesn't work out the way you want it to. I think that's exactly how Caleb Williams felt after losing that game. I think there's also been obviously criticism about the F Utah on his fingernails. I get it. Not super mature. I'd prefer he doesn't have F the Packers on his nails when he gets drafted by the Bears and he gets sick of losing to them. But all the same, that is not a determining factor that tells me, oh, not draftable. He's the most talented quarterback in this draft. I think he's got a good head on his shoulders. I think he's going to do great in the NFL. I think he's very passionate. I think he's going to be fine in the locker room. So many teammates have come out with positive words to say about him as a leader and a teammate. Is there room for him to grow? Absolutely. He's a kid coming out of college. Like, he's older than me, so it's probably not super appropriate to call him a kid. But the point is, he's a young guy and he's got a long way to go. So I think it's far more immature for everyone sitting in their couches at home, pointing at the TV going, he's immature, he's this, he's that, he's a cancer, he's Johnny Manziel. You are the immature one, not Caleb Williams.